ever wondered how I got into learning karate classes? Well, I'm here to tell you about it. So you may be thinking to yourself, Azan, when did you start karate? Or like, what got you into karate in the first place? Well, this happened all thanks to my dad. When I was studying in grade 4 or 4th grade, my dad had put me and my brother to be going for karate classes. At first, I did not like it, but after a few going there for a few classes, by about like 2 weeks or 1 month, I started to enjoy it, going for karate classes, and the karate classes when I went, it helped me to be able to like control my emotions, to be disciplined and all that. It also helped me to be more calm and like it showed me a different side of me that I never knew I had. And and I remember that I went for a tournament back in November 2019 at Dal Mamon in Abu Dhabi. And that was like the first time I got into a tournament. But that day I was sick and like I wasn't sure if I can compete or not. But I told to myself that this is a sense that I have right now, so why don't I do it? Even though I was sick, I competed in the tournament and got second place in Kata and third place in Kumite. Not only that, when COVID-19 when COVID-19 happened all over the world, for a time being, I had to stop going for karate classes and all that. So then afterwards, I was not learning karate at all during the COVID 19 lockdown. And then by 2021, September, when the restrictions in the UAE started to ease, I told myself that I should get back into karate again after stopping, after when COVID 19 lockdown happened. So I told my dad that I wanted to go back to karate classes, and we saw a karate class branch near where I was living, and so I went there, took a trial class, and it was that place was way more better than the previous dojo I was studying in for karate, and I was really like happy that day. I remember on that day when I had the trial class, I remember seeing two black belt students in the training session I got for my free trial class. And then I told myself on that day that one day will come where I will be a black belt student in karate, a first dan black belt. And then few years later, few years later, by 2024 January 8th or 10th, I got the news that from my sensei that I was going to be participating in the black belt grading test very soon. That is next month. And that was where I was like so happy at that time that I could not believe it myself that after being patient, after waiting, after going to so many classes and attending classes again and repeatedly and consistently, I was not able to believe it at all that I was getting nearer to my goal of becoming a black belt in karate. I was like so much happy that day when Sensei gave me this news. I was like, I can't tell you how much happy I was. It's difficult to explain, but I was really, really happy that something like this happened to me. So I went for the extra training to prepare myself for the grading test to become a black belt student. And then the day of the test came on February 24th. I mean, it was also the same time when I was preparing for my board exams, and I was going to be leaving the country that year. And to these two were there to probably like try to make me feel it to be the last time for me to continue karate classes anyway, but I continued. I moved on, and I was there on the day of the karate grading test for being a black belt student, and it was 10 hours long. I mean, I had to wake up early in the morning, go to the dojo at 5:45 because the test will be starting at 6 o'clock a.m. in the morning until 12:30 p.m. afternoon. Then the second batch would start from 3:30 to 7:30 p.m. That was how my grading test was like. It was split into two parts, the morning part and the evening part. And still to this day, I just can't believe that I was able to achieve this goal. And I remember, like when I got my result after I done the grading test, I was not able to believe that I passed. And then I had to wait 1 week before I could get my black belt. And on the day when I saw my black belt, I was extremely, extremely happy that I managed to do something that I've seen my classmates in karate not be able to achieve because some of them they got tired or they did not like it anymore, so they left. And I was so extremely lucky, even though I thought I had a few friends in karate classes also, but I felt bad for them because they probably left or they did not like it afterwards. But I kept on going even though when I said to myself, I want to stop, I want to quit now. It's not fun to me anymore. But I reminded myself this, that my goal is to be a black belt student one day, and that day will come. And it came. And I was so happy that I was able to achieve this goal. And I would like to thank my parents, my senseis at the karate club, and my friends and my training partners, and everyone who was there to support me in my journey from white belt to a black belt in karate. And I have to say this. I loved karate so much afterwards because it proved to me that a lot of things that I had a belief of, like maybe I'm weak, maybe I'm not strong, maybe I'm thin, I don't think I can do it and all. But there are a few times in karate classes where I was proven wrong. You may be thinking, which ones? Well, one day came where I was in adults batch karate class, and then the sensei told me after warm-ups that that we would be carrying a person on our shoulders and running 10 laps. When I heard him say that, I kid you not, I was literally shocked because I told myself I'm underweight, I'm thin. I my body is not that strong. So guess what happened? The sensei told me to do it. And you know what happened? You all might have thought, oh Azan, you might have fallen down so many times doing that. Well, no, it didn't. So I carried a person who was way heavier than me and did those 10 laps around the mat. And I kid you not when I say this, I was able to do it, those 10 laps of running while carrying a person on my shoulders. And I did it without falling. Can you believe that I was able to do something like that? That was one day I told myself that I'm stronger than I think I am. That all these beliefs that I had, that because of the people who bullied me and were talking bad about me, I was like to myself that day that all of these people who said bad things to me before, I proved them wrong. But in my own way, I did not have to go and tell them about this. Because I knew in my head that after doing something like this, which required so much strength for me to do, but it was well worth it because that day proved to me that I'm actually stronger than I think I look. Even though I may be thin and like not strong when people see me, but I guess it's like my internal strength inside me. And I kept on doing stuff even though I was like really nervous to do it. I was nervous about like fighting with other students during karate classes, but I had to do it. Like I cannot like be afraid and like not do anything. So I also gained some confidence during this. And I was glad that karate changed my life in a way that I never expected to be changing me.